It's my pleasure to introduce to you the lovely and talented Barbara Harrison.
Yes.
Who you will see again a little bit later on, but right now she's going to share with us about lucid dreaming.
Yes, my
correct?
favorite subject. Yes.
You're on, sweetie.
Thank you. I brought my little book here because I'll refer to it because there's some interesting quotes. But lucid dreaming. First I would say I learned about lucid dreaming a while back, and I don't know how long ago it was, but I've always dreamed, so I was lucky. So I started wondering why things were happening different ways when I would have these dreams. Like, how much control do I have over my dreams? Lucid dreaming is from this book. It's an introduction to dream manipulation. Lucid dreaming simply is the realization that you're dreaming. To be aware you're awake and you're awake in a dream, and everything you see is a product of your own imagination and consciousness. Once you realize you're in a dream, it's the beginning from there where you can take it and control it. I stumbled upon lucid dreaming in my studies of dreaming, where I could control my dreams while sleeping and bend and defy laws of physics, gravity, and manifest animals, sky, colors, people. The limits were my own imagination, and anything that I thought of was possible. As an artist, I would participate in magnificent paintings, rewrite scenes, scripts, and do other things in my dreams. I knew that I could move objects. I would have dreams where I'd see an object and I'd levitate it in my dreams. And I'd say, that's so cool. And then sometimes I would levitate myself in the dreams, and I would stay there and practice it. And then I realized that I could manipulate people, and that was pretty cool in itself. I have funny stories about it because some of the dreams I had was where it was one of those dreams where you're in this scary position, and I was on a road, lying down on the road, and a car was backing up, and it was going to back up over me. And in the dream, I went, no, and I rolled over to get out of the way, and I woke up on the floor next to the bed. So the control just went, I had no control over it, but it went from lucid dreaming to the real world. That's how close I was. I've had a friend dream that she was getting ready for a party, and in this dream she got out of her bed, she picked out a dress to wear and everything, and put on makeup. And then she went into the kitchen and woke up and was wondering, what am I doing? That's how close it was from dreaming to the real world. You know, it's like a veil. You could just pass right through it, and you find yourself awake, but somewhere else. But it was happening in your dream. There became little difference between the dream world and the real world. Armed with my journals and sleep patterns, I studied how to dream and manipulate this landscape of dreaming. I shared dreams with others, learning that anyone could do it and live lucidity. I have a quote here from Dolly. What is a television apparatus to man who has only to shut his eyes to see the most accessible regions of the seen and the never seen. Who has only to imagine in order to pierce through the walls and cause all the planetary Baghdads of his dreams to rise from the dust. And being an artist, one of the things I really like in my dreams is that I paint in the dreams, or I see other people's work, and I learn from their paintings, and I start manipulating their paintings. And that is knowing that you're dreaming and you have control over it. It's again, it's like a veil. I think what helps a lot in just learning to recognize your dream patterns is, having a journal, a dream journal. Being able to meditate helps a lot. There's stages of the lucidity dreams here, methods. Like what happens when we go to sleep? There are 4 different cycles, stages. The first 3 classified as NREM. That's non-rapid eye movement. And then there's the 4th, which is REM, which is rapid eye movement cycle, where the eyeballs are actually moving, and this is where dreaming occurs. We are looking through the dream landscape during this first stage of sleep. We are drifting off. The second stage, the body temperature drops, the heart slows, and the brain waves slow down. The third stage is NREM. Sleep is the most restorative and deepest at this time. The brain produces delta waves, slow waves, followed by the 4th stage, which is REM, which is the brain activity waves, jumps up again, and we become paralyzed, except the eyes and the lungs. We can have 4 to 6 dreams a night. I thought that was interesting, though some of us don't remember the dreams. But like I said, you can learn to recognize these stages if you do have a dream journal, and you just have to do things like set your clock for 3 hours after you go to sleep or after you go to bed, and when that goes off, you can usually catch a dream or 2 or remember something. There's increased alpha brain waves associated with being awake, but with eyes closed, which is meditation. There is observed an increase in gamma waves, meditation, which is the gamma waves in which the dreamer is awake. The rarest type of brain waves is associated with the universal love of nature. In other words, when you have that feeling outside and you just feel this attachment to everything around you, the earth, the birds, you get this aha feeling, and you get to experience those feelings when you're dreaming. How gamma waves are generated is a mystery. Various levels of lucidity. There's 5 levels, and I have to look at those levels from here. There's 5 levels. I believe there's 5 levels. I know there's 5 levels. Level 1 It's the third level of lucidity. You consciously manipulate your dream on a large scale by changing the scenery, altering the script, or materializing people or objects in front of you. Level 4 is the fourth level of lucidity. You exert full dream control here. You are able to incubate dreams and intention before going to sleep. You can then guide and even program the content of your dream before you even fall asleep comfortably and control the events around you. And then there's level 5, which refers to going beyond the dream world by meditating inside your dream and experience a sacred communication and connectiveness. I'm glad that I can do this because it's like a whole new world, and there's more to this. This is just a little bit of what I wanted to say, but what I'd like to do is tell you more on how to do it. It's not just journaling. I always stress meditation because that is playing with the alpha waves and how you can get to that aha place. And once you know where that is, then that's usually when you fall asleep, when you feel that place where you're just floating and then you kind of blank out. I start my rapid eye movement usually right away, and I know I have 5 to 6 dreams a night. So I would say just explore it a little bit. This little book I just picked up at a store, and it's called A Little Bit of Lucid Dreaming, An Introduction to Dream and Manipulation by Serena Lee. And it just opened my eyes some more, because I couldn't believe how I could manipulate things in my dreams and actually go from my bedroom to the kitchen and look around the kitchen and then go back in my room and lie down, but I was asleep, and I can remember all that stuff. And I've had other people, like I said, that lady that thought she was going to a wedding or a party, and she found herself in the kitchen all dressed and ready to go. She took advantage of that dream. So I would say read more about it if you're interested in it, and it also helps your psychicness and other abilities that you might want to challenge yourself with. So I hope you've learned something from what I've given you here, and because I'm excited about it and sharing it with other people. Maybe take a closer look to your dreams to find out what's going on in your life and such. So, are there any questions? Anybody have some dream experiences that they'd like to share?
I've had 2 dreams that I know of, mainly when I was younger, where I realized I was in a dream and I was able to control it. And I remember I was like, I want to get in this car. And I opened the door, got in the car, and was driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, never able to do that stuff again. It only happened twice.
And you were younger, yeah. Kids are more aware of that stuff,
Yeah.
It's like the monsters. We all have monsters, I have a tornado that chases me around, but now what I do is I make little hideouts where I can hide and the tornado won't get me. So I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'll stand out there in the wind and let the tornado come towards me and experience it. So.
That's pretty cool, because there's dreams that I get stuck in and I can't get out. I know I'm dreaming. I'm like, I can't wake up. I can't wake up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
It's pretty cool stuff, once you start awakening yourself to it and how to do it, But like I said, it takes a little work sometimes for people. You keep a journal, about your dreams. And I like flying too in my dreams. You know, those flying dreams, they just take off and it's like, wow. So,
I like winning money.
yeah, it's like winning money. I can't think of anything better when you're doing it, you know.